everybody, what's up and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Liz, and today we're going to further discuss Tina Farmer. I know I talked about her a little bit in the introduction of the RedHead Murders, but I kind of want to give you a little more information. Now, Tina Farmer, she was found on January 1st of 1985, and she was found near Jellicoe, Tennessee, and this is in Campbell County. She was found down an embankment off of the Interstate 75 or the I-75. Now, these remains were found in a very advanced state of decomposition. She was killed approximately 72 hours before she was discovered, and she was also strangled to death. She was Caucasian, she had shoulder-length curly red hair, and her age was estimated to be between 17 to 25, but she could be as old as 30. She did have clothes on her. She had a tan pullover, a shirt, and some jeans. Also, she was wrapped in a blanket, which is something that is kind of out of the norm when it comes to the RedHead murders. But there was also semen found on this blanket. Semen that would come in handy when it comes to identifying her killer. She also had green eyes, so she is one of the few victims that we actually know what her eye color is and exactly who she is. She also had freckles all over her body and various scars, one of which is a burn mark that was on her arm, which is a kind of an identifying mark on her. She was also 10 to 12 weeks pregnant when she died. So this kind of sets her out from the other victims of the RedHead murders as well. But she also had a partial upper in her mouth of dentures. It's believed that she was about 5'1" in height to 5'4", and that when she died she was about 110 to 115 pounds. She was identified via fingerprint, just like that of Lisa Ann Nichols. And her fingerprint identified her as Tina Marie McKinney Farmer of Indiana. She was 21 or either 22 at the time of her death, and she was last seen in Indianapolis, Indiana. She was accompanied by a trucker that said they were headed to Kentucky. That was the last time anybody saw her alive. Now, Tina had one daughter prior to her disappearing, which kind of makes me really sad because she already has one child, and she would never see her child again after that. Of course, she was pregnant. I don't know if she knew she was pregnant or if it was something that was kind of like, I mean, hey, I went 26 weeks without knowing I was pregnant. You can definitely, like, not know you're pregnant for a while. Anywho, she was reported missing by her family at the time, but authorities in Indiana did not enter her into a national database of her being a missing person. Indiana didn't have the law, which is common in other states, that require them to enter unidentified victims into their database. Basically, she was a missing person, but not on a national level. Obviously, we've already discussed the fact that in 2019, DNA evidence identified Jerry Leon Johns as the man that killed Tina Marie McKinney Farmer in December of 1984. He died in prison in 2015, like I previously mentioned, and this was after he was convicted of the 1987 aggravated kidnapping and assault and in other crimes in the attack against Linda Shake that he picked up in Knox County, Tennessee, which I discussed. And this was about 2 months after Tina disappeared and died. Like Tina and the other potential victims of the RedHead murder, Linda Shake also had red hair. So these are called the RedHead murders because they all have red hair. In December of 2019, the grand jury in Campbell County, Tennessee ruled that Jerry Johns would have been indicted for the death of Tina Farmer if he were still alive. It kind of saddens me that he ended up dying before he could be held accountable for what he did to Tina Farmer, because any of them. Do I think he's the only one that did this? No. I don't think he acted alone when it came to the RedHead murders. I don't mean that in like a harsh way. It's just something that I believe. I don't think that he was alone. But anywho, that, my friends, is a little more about Tina Farmer and the RedHead murders. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in another one.